Steve Martin plays a traveling tent revival preacher. He's in for a big surprise in Leap of Faith.
Oh, Jesus forgives you. Now say hallelujah.
Sir, put your hands on the bus, feet apart.
Ooh. A little cranky, aren't we?
What's he doing?
Oh, going too far, as usual. Big surprise.
Whoa, gee, Lowell, you could at least buy me dinner first.
That's Steve Martin, along with his cohorts, in a traveling preacher revival show in the new drama Leap of Faith, a most enjoyable film that treads familiar ground. You don't expect it to endorse revivalists, do you? But it does offer original characters along the way. Steve Martin's chief assistant is played by Deborah Winger, one of our finest actresses, and it's great to see her back on film. He works the tent. She's behind the scenes, feeding him information that his troops have gleaned from eavesdropping earlier on the crowd.
The white shirt, back problem.
And you, sir, believe in the Lord and cure your backache.
Same section, yellow shirt, hearing problem.
And you, sir, in the yellow shirt, come on up on stage.
Hearing problem. Section 2, the blue-haired lady. She's got arthritis.
And you too, ma'am, come on up on stage.
A problem for Martin and Winger comes in the form of a smart sheriff played by Liam Neeson, who knows a phony when he sees one. Winger sticks up for Martin, even though we suspect she likes the sheriff.
All he's doing is selling fairy tales to a bunch of people who thank him for it. And the last thing he needs is a judgmental ass like you throwing his past up in his face.
Still, the sheriff does try to expose Martin right in front of his revival customers, but Martin quickly rises to the challenge.
I hung out in bars. And I hot-wired cars.
I grew up mistreated, so I lied and I cheated. I learned hard crime and I served hard time.
Steve Martin is excellent as the preacher. He's a modern, funky motorcycle riding guy, not the middle-aged TV evangelist with a pompadour hairdo, and that's a fresh approach. Also, Deborah Winger's character is a real bonus. She's smart enough to know that she's been running the con so long that she's probably conned herself out of ever really falling in love. And there is a big surprise in the story, but it isn't such a big surprise. It's the liveliness of the characters in Leap of Faith that make it a memorable movie. Thumbs up for me.
I liked it too, Gene. I also like the way that they show the technical and carny tricks that go on behind the scenes when the evangelist knows all kinds of secrets about that woman in the red dress in the third row. And we know from having read newspapers that those are tricks that some of these faith healers do use, in which they have inside information, and they may be healing people who may, in fact, have been only suffering from an inability to say that they weren't really sick in the first place. There is one flaw in this movie, and that is that I feel it doesn't really have an ending. The last scene of the film is extremely lame. You sit there in your seat saying, is that it? Is it over? Is that all there is? And you walk out, and you really have to think back how much you enjoyed the whole film to get over that immediate reaction of the downer, the non-existent ending.
But there is a series of good characters. Plus, there's a lot of good music in the film. He travels with this chorus. They're very enjoyable. Lita Davidovich is the local waitress.
That's right.
She's an interesting character, possibly involved with Steve Martin. The characters are all really good.
Okay, when we come back...